Bhagavatam. This is now Canto 3, Part 1, Chapter 14, and we had completed till verse 36. And up to verse 36, it was mentioned that here a biggest problem has been created by Kashyapa's wife, Diti, when she insists on having bodily relations with her husband at a wrong time, due to which there is a really big problem, which her husband tells her that at that moment in time, all the demonic forces are out there and they can cause a lot of misery, and the kind of child that will be there in her womb could be from a demonic womb. That is, basically the demons will take charge of the body. This was mentioned, and but still she insisted on going ahead with the ritual, and it created a big problem. So now we have seen this up to here. Today let us see what are the repercussions that happen due to some bad actions that have been created in this world. So let us start today's satsang with verse 37. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Canto 3, Part 1, Chapter 14, verse 37. Maitreya Muni said, the great sage Kashyapa thus addressed his wife, who was trembling because of fear that her husband was offended. She understood that he has been dissuaded from his daily duties of offering evening prayers, yet she desired the welfare of her children in the world. Now, whatever the wrong action that was done by her, the effect of which is felt by her husband as well. Now, her husband, who was supposed to be a Rishi Muni, should have been performing his daily ablutions and continuing with whatever sadhana that he was doing, had been restricted and is told not to do those actions. Which means because of a certain wrongdoings which human being perform, the future activities that are there, they get curtailed. Let us say, if there is an action which is required to be done, and you do not perform that action, can you understand that the future is blocked because the action is not performed? Right? Let us say you are not applying for the job. How will you get the job? It's an understood thing. Now, prohibited actions are different. Prohibited actions are those which a person performs and then he is restricted to go ahead. A simple action could be a person fails in the examination. Now, if someone fails in an examination, what happens to them? They cannot go to the further classes, isn't it? They have to go back and do the rectification. That means they have to study for the previous year once again. This is understood? This is material worldly. Let us look at it from the perspective of spiritual as well as in physical world. Now, physical world is when I gave you examples of nations who are not increasing their population. Today's day and age, what is the problem in the world? People are not wanting to have babies, and they are not indulging in the activities which can create this future generation because of certain inhibitions or certain kinds of negative actions. They don't do it. how will the population increase? How will the countries grow? Think like this. If the population boom happened many years ago, in case of China, the population boom happened 20 years ago. It was the most populous country in the world. Then they started curbing the whole thing. And they said there should be no children born or only one child. When this happened, did you see that the population which was 20 years ago could have been 18 or 20-year-olds are today, after 20 years, are 40 years old and 50 years old. Correct? Since no new children are born in the last 20 years, you will find that the younger generation doesn't exist in that country. European nations are going through this problematic phase. There are only older people in Europe, in Japan and other countries. There are only aged people. There is no younger person in their country. The younger population is very minimal. How will that country grow? If everybody is going towards retirement, how will the country grow? It's a commonsensical thing, isn't it? If you look at it from a very simple point of view. Now let us say the reverse. When the reverse happens, a country is growing because their population is increasing steadily. But now let us take another example which has plagued this world. There are certain people who seem to have 10 children, 12 children at a time. Now they have gone to Europe and other countries and are increasing their population at a fabulous rate. From being a 0.1% or 0.2% 30, 40 years ago, the population is now jumped off theirs to nearly 20% of the population. What happens to the local people? They will lose control of their country very soon. So do you understand there is a problem in this world as well? This is generally physical problems which I told you about. Now let us come back to this story over here. Because Diti has performed an action which is a prohibited action, not to be done at that hour. All actions have to be performed at that precise moment. Let us say a patient is lying in bed. He requires CPR. There is no doctor available, there is no nurse available. They are all out somewhere and they come after 5 hours. And now they are performing CPR on a dead body. What is the point? Nothing happens. The person is dead and gone. Now there is a person who is supposed to go in a coma tomorrow. And today you are trying out stunts. How is it going to work? Doesn't work, isn't it? So exact moment in time, everything has to be done. Human beings do not follow this very simple rule. The precise moments in time. So here, because she has done wrong, so she is trembling in front of her husband and worried that her husband may curse her, may say something bad or do something bad. But he himself is suffering because he is a participant. So he has been told not to perform any daily ablutions. He is supposed to perform only penance because wrong actions were done. The learned Kashyapa said, because of your minds being polluted, because of defilement of the particular time, because of the negligence of my directions, and because of your being apathetic towards the demigods, Everything was inauspicious. So there are certain things which her husband is talking about. So Kashyapa Muni is telling his wife, first and foremost, there are number of things which went wrong. Let me recount them for you. First is, you did not follow the dictates of time. You wanted to perform an action at a wrong timing, which was not the right thing to do. Second thing is, you never followed your gurus, your teacher's directions. That means her husband is her teacher, no doubt about it, because he is a Rishi Muni. So he is a sage. And because he is a sage, she did not follow any of his instructions. When someone doesn't follow the instructions of the guru, it is a very big problem for that individual, because they will have to now go through a difficult time. This is to be understood because most of the people use their minds. So here he says, because of your mind being polluted. When your mind is talking about different things and it is discussing with you various pros, cons, this, that, the right action never gets done because your mind is coming in the middle. Are you understanding? The mind is polluted, it is not pure at all. So when are you going to listen to the timing? Nobody does listen to the timing, whatever is the right timing. Second thing, nobody listens to the guru. That is, in her case, it is her husband. She did not listen to him and apathetic towards the demigods. She had no regards for the demigods. Who is the demigod over there? I am sure you know, in the last many months we have been doing something which is very, very important. We were trying to establish the credentials of the demigods in the body, isn't it? See, the body is nothing but the heaven of the demigods. From the brain, okay, your skull, to the eyes, to the nose, to the mouth, to everything else in the body, including the genitals and the excretory organ, are the domain of the demigods. In case of the males, the male genitals, okay, in case of the female, there are a couple of things which are important. The most important is the place where it is called the ovary. This is situated under the what is called as your intestinal orders. It's somewhere over there. So it is not down below, it is up. So it is a place where things are created. The demigod which rules this division, this particular department, is different than the one who rules the uterus. Okay? The external organ is a place for 9 other demigods. 9, not 1 and 2. 9. In a similar fashion, the male genitals are the same thing. They are the places where these demigods rule. It is their domain. They have to be offered whatever that we have to offer at the right time, and we have to honor them. See, honoring is very, very important. What is the meaning of the word honor? You will find that in the, let us say, in our material world, the movement of the egg happens. From the ovaries, it is released, it goes through the fallopian tubules and it enters. Is there a timing that is set or no? if you ever go to a gynecologist or if you go to a doctor who is specialist in this field, they monitor this, because the precise moment that particular egg, it's a female egg which is coming down, it has to meet the sperm at a right moment in time. So there is a management of that, but that doesn't happen, or it happens in a wrong manner. So this is something which is called honoring the demigods. But normal people will think demigods are outside. They are in some temple. No temple. Demigods are within your being and they have to be honored. So all that honoring was not done to the demigods, and everything was done in an inauspicious manner, not in the right manner. So then he says to her, "O haughty one, you have two contemptuous sons born of your condemned womb. Unlucky woman, they will cause constant lamentations to all the three worlds." This Rishi Muni knows exactly what is happening. He knows the future. So he is telling her, why are you the repository of these actions? See here, the Rishi Muni is there and his wife is there. And because of this action, which is a haughty action, that is basically she has done an action without any thought process, without even thinking. Whenever you do actions without thinking, or you do not pay attention to what is happening in the world, following the dictates of time, the gods, the demigods, and so on, you will find that you can actually get into big trouble. So what is happening? Because she is a haughty one and she insisted that things have to be done in a certain manner. See, this is a very common thing with human beings. When their ego comes in the picture, they insist on getting things done without actually using their brains or their minds. Because their ego is talking, their mind is talking. Okay? This is a demonic mind. It is talking and it is telling, oh no, I want to do this. Oh no, you have to do this. This kind of things happen. It is just pandering to their personal ego. And when that happens, these two contemptuous sons are born. And these children who are born are going to be condemned by the whole world. Not just one world, the three worlds. That is Swarga, Narka and the Bhumi here. So all the three worlds are going to get affected because of these sons which are going to be born. And the world is going to have lamentations because of this. They will kill poor, faultless living entities, torture women, and enrage those great souls. Which means what? When these children are going to be born, these are horrible children. And because they are so bad, they are evil by nature. And because they are evil, they will kill poor people. How many people have you seen in the past do this kind of heinous acts? They think that some types of people are worthy to be killed. So do they perform the action of killing them? Okay? Ruthlessly. They ruthlessly kill them, isn't it? You will find that there are stories from the World War where, the gas chamber and other places. This was a terrible scene. I visited a country in the past Millions of people were killed like this, poor people. This is Cambodia. Okay? So lots of wrong things have happened. And they have made a pile of bones, a huge pile of bones, a pyramid of bones. And the tourists are told to go and visit that place and see for themselves. Isn't it a similar thing even in Vietnam? There was an entire underground city built by the Vietnamese. Entire underground cities were built by the Vietnamese. They were trying to hide from the Americans which were capturing Vietnam. So this was a very dangerous thing that happened. There are countries which are taking over poorer nations. And these are faultless living entities. These people have not done anything wrong. And yet they are being killed. We can say this is the will of God. Will of God. No doubt about it. But the will of God may sound very harsh to your ears, because if such kind of actions happen in the world, you will say, can the God not create something better? No. There is a finer reason why this is happening. There is always a collateral damage. The collateral damage is a must in this world. They have to happen. When the evil is being destroyed, a certain amount of good is also destroyed. I am sure you have heard of the stories from the Bible also. These are strange stories. Again, the Persian kings also did the same. Genghis Khan did the same. He captured millions of people and executed them because one of the generals asked him, how are you going, since you have captured these people, where are we going to feed them from? So he said, okay, kill all of them so that nobody gets fed. We don't have to feed anybody then. So all these poor people were killed. It is a very common thing in this world. So Kashyapa Muni is telling her, because of these people, these two kings that are going to be born, this world is going to face a lot of wrath. Women are going to get tortured. And they will enrage the great souls. Great souls are sages and saints. They have to suffer. Like I have given you all stories of people in the past. The Sufi saint who was put in the jail. Right? Or Joan of Arc who was burnt at the stake. Or Jesus Christ who was put on the cross. All these things happened, isn't it? So the great souls are also going to be slaughtered because of this reason. At that time, the Lord of the universe, Sri Krishna, who is well-wisher of the living entities, will descend and kill them, just as Indra smashes the mountains with his thunderbolts. So he says the option that is remaining for God, Almighty God, that is Sri Krishna, Narayana himself, he will come, he will take a form and come on the earth, and he will kill these two children of yours. Diti said, it is very good that my sons will be magnanimously killed by the arms of Sri Krishna with his Sudarshan Chakra. O my husband, may they never be killed by the wrath of the Brahmana devotees. Look at the sentence which she says. She is not bothered that the kind of children that are going to be born are going to do bad in this world. She is not bothered. She is telling her husband, I want them to be alive, even if they are going to be the biggest villains on earth. Have you noticed that there are many mothers in this world who will shield their children? Okay, I am sure you have heard of Gandhari. She was shielding her sons. They were doing so much of bad actions, and yet she never said a word. And they were killed by God's actions. So you will find the same thing. Even Shishupal's mother extracted a promise from Sri Krishna. The promise was that my son should not get killed. You have to give him n number of chances. So 100 chances were given to him, to the child. Similarly, Valmiki Muni was performing the action of killing people, and finally he meets Narada. Then he stops, and then he does penance. Now, mothers are like this. They shield their children even when they do bad. And the Rishi Muni is telling her, Kashyapa, that they are going to be killed by God himself. So what is it she telling him? I am happy that they will be killed by the God, because then they will go straight to him. This she knows. But she says, no other person can kill them. No Brahmana can kill them. Because Brahmana can take one, action of a one mantra and can kill anybody. That is possible. Great people can do that. But she has extracted this sentence that no other person can kill them except God Almighty. Now, a person who is condemned by Brahmana is always fearful to other living entities, is not favored either by those who are already in hell or by those in the species in which he is born. Means what? We have studied stories of these Brahmanas. The Brahmanas cursing someone, and the person becomes a ghost and is sitting on top of the tree or on the lake. We have heard about this. These stories are very well known. So first and foremost, Brahmana should not be able to curse my children. Otherwise, my children will have to go through a very terrible time, I don't want that to happen. The God coming and killing with Sudarshan Chakra is fine. That is fine. But no Brahmana can harm my children. It is like great, politicians. They are saying that my sons and daughters can never be harmed by any of the court's actions or any of the police or anybody like that. And somewhere down the line, somebody has to come and kill them. Some God himself has to come and kill. This is the reason why you will find that lots of people go scot-free. You have seen the president's son was given a pardon. You know that, no? All big people, they are given pardons. Why? Because they are like Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksha. Their mothers and people around them, they are supporting them. So this mother is supporting her unborn children. So far they are not yet born, by the way. And she is telling that, no Brahmana can curse them. Otherwise, if a Brahmana curses them, they will have to go to hell and they will have to suffer very badly. I don't want my children to suffer badly. I mean, this is just hypocrisy. I can see how much this woman is literally causing pain to the world. And that is why she is the founder of all the demonic kingdom, the mother. I mean, there are different kinds of rivers in this world. One is a river which can give water and food and everything. And then there is another river which is called the river of sorrow. I am sure you have heard of the river of sorrow. In India, the good river is Ganga. The river of sorrow is Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra. I hope you get the point. Huh? Brahmaputra is the river of sorrow. When Brahmaputra is in China, it comes from China up like this. It is called the river of sorrow over there also. There are two rivers. They are called rivers of sorrow. One river is called Yangtze-Kiang and the second one is called Wango. These are horrible rivers. In one stroke, they destroy entire villages. So these mothers are like this. One Ganga, Ganga Putra, if you remember Ganga Putra, and another. So here is Diti and there is Aditi, two mothers. So here she is asking for her sons not to be disturbed because of any Brahmana who may curse. The learned Kashyapa said, because of your lamentations, penitence and proper deliberation, and also because of your unflinching faith in the Supreme Lord and adoration for Lord Shiva and me, one of the sons of your son will be approved devotee of the Lord and his fame will be broadcast equally with that of the Sri Krishna. Now here what is being said, the lady is lamenting in front of her husband, asking for, please help, please help. And she says she's happy her sons are going to get killed by the Lord, which means she knows scriptures very well. Her spiritual knowledge is good, but yet she is also asking for wrong things, and one of the things is the right thing. So because she is asked for a right thing, her husband grants her the grace that one of her grandchildren are going to be the greatest devotees of the Lord. I'm sure you know that. People have watched movies also in the recent times. That is Prahlad. And his father is Hiranyakashyap. So he says ki we will grant you this much. In order to follow in his footsteps, saintly persons will try to emulate his character by practicing freedom from animosity, just as the purifying process rectifies gold of inferior quality. See, in this world, first and foremost, if you want to be a devotee of God, do not practice animosity. Don't feel that other people are getting, I am not getting. Other people are getting, I am not. Never say these words. You got to have equanimity of mind and look at everything with an equal eye. Do not get upset when somebody else gets more and you are not getting more. Here you will find that Prahlad has to go through this stage, right? In that what happens? Prahlad is treated very badly by his father and yet he doesn't do anything. He just prays to God. The father is bad. He has put the son through various troubles. You know how many troubles? Prahlad's story is also many stories of all the great devotees of God. When somebody is devoted to God, just like Prahlad, their parents and their relatives and the whole world around them treat them in a very bad manner. They put them through fire, under an elephant, I don't know whether you know what it all means. When we come to the story of Hiranyakashyap, we will come to know about this. But just for small understanding, I will tell you. When somebody is burnt at the fire, Holika, the story of Holika, the fire is meant to burn the person, which means a lot of barbs are put right in front of them, arrows, which are going to kill them. But the same fire becomes a purificatory mechanism for that person. The more you are said bad things about, see, when the world calls you by names, you are a bad person, you are like this, you are doing something, what is this God, you are talking all the time. I'm sure some of you have faced this music in your life. Your parents, from your father, mother to everybody will talk like this. You know, this is a very common thing. Spiritual world is like this. So fire is that. Putting yourself under an elephant. I'm sure you have heard of this, another story. What does that mean? That means your reputation is tainted. People will disrepute you. They will say a lot of wrong things about your character. Character assassination takes place. This is a bad person. This person has done this thing wrong. They are like this. They are corrupt. They are this and they are that. All those things are going to be told. When you go through this also, you are getting purified constantly if you are going through this. So don't bother your head about why you have to go through this difficult time, because it is nothing but a purification process. Your job is not to say anything bad to these people. That is what he says. See, in order to follow in his footsteps, saintly persons will try to emulate his character by practicing freedom from animosity. Don't talk ill or bad about other people. Let them do whatever they feel like. Hiranyakashyap can put you under all kinds of troubles, but do not utter one bad word against them. And don't become animous with them. You know, oh, why is he doing like this to me but not to his other? No, don't bother your head about it. So that is a purifying process which purifies gold. So all these processes we will learn as we go ahead. They purify the devotee. But if you get trapped in that, and if you say some bad words, or if you are going to speak ill about others, then there is no difference between you and the evil person. So don't fall into this trap. Everyone will be pleased by him, because Sri Krishna, the supreme controller of the universe, is always satisfied with a devotee who does not wish for anything beyond him. You have to be a devotee who doesn't ask for anything. See, human beings in this world, they go to all gods, all kinds of gods. And when they visit all the gods, they keep on going with one big list of demands. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. No. When you go to Narayana, when you go to Sri Krishna, please do not go with any list of yours. He is going to take care of you. He is considerate to his devotee. He is not bothered about other things. He prays to you. Do you understand this? Whom does Narayana pray to? The Narayana prays to his devotees. For him, devotees are higher than anything in this world. So he takes care of you constantly, which you can see in the story of Ekanath Maharaj and all Tukaram Maharaj and all. The Lord himself comes and takes care of everything. Narsi Mehta also. I'm sure you have heard of the stories from me in the past. So don't bother. So a devotee should always only aim to be one with God, nobody else. So he should not have any demands. The topmost devotee of the Lord will have expanded intelligence and expanded influence and will be the greatest of the great souls. Due to mature devotional service, he will certainly be situated in transcendental ecstasy and will enter the spiritual sky after quitting the material world. This devotee will definitely go towards the Lord. Okay, this is guaranteed. He will have expanded intelligence. The most important part of the devotee is his intelligence is super intelligence. Please remember this. Super intelligence. He doesn't need to go to school or college or anything else to actually learn anything. His intelligence is the Lord's intelligence, directly transmitted through him. So he is just a conduit for the Lord. The Lord wants to get some things done, he will get it done through this person by giving him that much amount of intelligence and expanded influence. When God wants to work within a community, will he not work through that person? It's understood, isn't it? So first and foremost, being a devotee of the Lord, you get two things. One is intelligence. When you understand a lot of things in the material world, you don't have to bother. Spiritual knowledge also comes to you automatically. You just have to be a devotee of the Lord. Second thing is your influence grows. That means more people will be coming under your influence. So don't bother about it. And you will be then able to reach this divine place of his. He will be virtuously qualified reservoir of all good qualities. He will be jolly and happy in others' happiness, distressed in others' distress, and have no enemies. He will be a destroyer of lamentation of the universe, like the pleasant moon after the summer sun. See, this is one thing which I have always told people, You should always share happiness. Somebody else is coming first, somebody else is doing well. You should be happy that that person is able to achieve that. What happens to average people? The average person is unhappy because the other person has got something, isn't it? You will find that, oh, this person has more money. So you are going to be upset because he has got more money. The other person gets the property. You are upset the other person has got the property and not you. This is an average person, a below average person or non-devotee. But a devotee, on the contrary, is happy. Why? The other person got the job, the other person got the property, the other person got everything. What is the reason for this? Do you know? The reason is very simple. In the material world, the desires are ruling the world. Fulfillment of the desire gives these people some happiness. Otherwise, they are always unhappy. Have you noticed it or no? Always these people are unhappy. If they will have a scowl on their face, they are always... You look at them, they look like monkeys or donkeys. They are never happy. And when something comes to them, they are very happy. You can look at their eyes, they are glowing, they are happy, they are willing to, everything is nice. It is momentary happiness. If you are a devotee of the Lord, you should be happy in their happiness because at least that much amount of happiness is going to be there. But now remember, you have super intelligence, isn't it? What does super intelligence tell you? Their happiness is going to become misery in less than an instant. How is it going to become? Somebody buys a house, they are happy for that moment. I got a house, I got a car, I got this, I got that. And then what happens? The next month onwards, when they have to pay EMI, there is a problem. The next month when they have to, put fuel in their car, they have a problem. The next month when, taxation comes into the picture, oh my God, I never thought of the tax that is going to come. Property tax, The moment you are bequeathed something, you know how much tax you are put by the government, isn't it? So that happens. You may get a gold mine, you may get $1 million suddenly. And you're going to be happy. I got $1 million. The next day you come to know that 40% has been deducted by the government. Why did the government take away 40%? And you are happy that at least you have got, $600,000 with you. It has not even come to your bank account. Well, all your creditors will come and stand in front of you. I want my money. The parents and the children and whoever is not even related to you will come and try to pander you. Oh, now you have got $1 million. we want some money. Now you can spare some money for us. Immediate action is that. There are already ways through which this money goes. So how short was that happiness? This much only, this much only. It is the same of buying a house, it's the same as buying a car, it's the same as having children, it's the same as getting married. The marriage itself, on the marriage day, you are happy. I am getting married. And then maybe, if you are a Christian, you are throwing the flowers behind, and then you are wishing that that person gets married. Well, it is not going to be happy. Which angle? Who told you that it is going to be happy? Only for that moment before, while you are eating the ice cream tastes okay. After that, it goes into your stomach. I ask you a very simple question. When the ice cream is on your tongue, is it sweet? Yes. Can I remove the ice cream from your stomach and give it back to you to eat once again? It's already mixed with the hydrochloric acid and other juices in the stomach, no? Have you ever puked? When you puke, would you like to eat the puke of yours? No, it is so dirty. See, the happiness is only till it is on the tongue. After that, it disappears. So these people do not understand that. So you should always be happy within yourself. And that is what he says. And we should have no enemies. When other people are in distress, you should also feel a little sad for their problems that are there. So, and you should try to take away these people's troubles as much as you can. Try to give them solutions and try to give them, problem solving abilities. Your grandson will be able to see inside and outside the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose wife is the beautiful goddess of fortune. The Lord will assume the form desired by the devotee, and his face is always beautifully decorated with earrings. So here, the husband Kashyapa is telling his wife, the grandson of yours is going to be very happy because he will be able to see the Lord in his finery and also his wife. So here there is something which is sanctioned for Prahlad. He will meet God himself, Narayana himself, and will also meet Mahalakshmi, both of them, which is one of the greatest things that can happen to a mankind. The sage Maitreya said, hearing this, the grandson would be a great devotee and her son will be killed by Krishna. Diti was highly pleased in mind. So she listened to all this beautiful story and she said, thank you very much, my dear husband, for granting me this. But now I want to have these two babies. So let me go through all the troubles and let them trouble the world, and then I will wait for my grandson to come. So it is such a pathetic statement, but still, okay, we have to agree with her also. At least there is a silver lining in the cloud somewhere. Okay, so we have come to the end of chapter 14 and we will stop over here. Record.